Okay, so here we're going to cover section 16.2, organizing shapes. And so we're going to start looking at a hierarchical classification. So for example, we could have animals, and there's different types. You could have mammals, reptiles, or fish. And if we examine mammals, we could break that up into groups of dogs, whales, primates. And even further, primates could break down into apes and humans. Dogs could break down into beagles and collies. So we are going to want to do the same classification for geometric shapes. Specifically, we'll focus on polygons. So to use some proper terminology, we would say that apes and humans are a subgroup of primates. So we have our large groups, and then we have subgroups of that. Let me go ahead and turn back here. Okay, so let's look at polygons here. And we could break up polygons into triangles. We could also say polygons have quadrilaterals, so objects with four sides, and there's an irregular one. And then we could also have pentagons. So these are some few examples of polygons here. And let's explore quadrilaterals a little bit further. So breaking that up into trapezoids here. So quadrilaterals say that you have to have four sides, while trapezoids are saying that two of those sides have to be parallel. So one set of parallel sides. Another type of quadrilateral could be a kite, and that states that you have two adjacent sides that are the same length, and then another pair of adjacent sides that are also the same length there. Let's go further down to trapezoids. We could break that down into parallelograms here. So that is a type of trapezoid because not only does it have one pair of parallel lines, it actually has two sets of parallel lines, and that's by definition a parallelogram. And we could keep going down where we could say that a rectangle is also a parallelogram. It has those two sets of parallel lines, but additionally, it has the extra condition that all interior angles are 90 degrees. And a square is actually a type of rectangle here. It has that additional condition, not only being 90 degrees, but all sides are of the same size. And really, we'll really see that that's also a type of kite as well, because the pairs of adjacent sides. So if we go down here, looking back at kites, we could also have a rumpus. And so again, that pairs of adjacent sides are the same length there. And actually, all four of these end up being the same length, but the angles don't have to necessarily be the same. So a rumpus is also a type of parallelogram, and a square would be a type of rumpus as well, which is also a kite. So we see that a lot of these groups, some could be disjoint, not all of them. Some of them could be in several categories. And so this is what we call a hierarchy, where we kind of could put things in an order. So mathematically proficient students look for and make use of structure. This is one of the mathematical practices standards, and we don't have to get anything this complex. We could start off with hierarchies with just a simpler model here, where we could talk about just lining up shapes like triangle, square, pentagon, right, hexagon. And we could see that these actually have number of sides. So we don't have to get too focused on definitions of shapes. We could start this at a younger level for younger children. And so the key thing here is that we're organizing shapes accordingly to mathematical significance and attributes. So whether it's definitions and characteristics, or even simplicity, which is kind of number of sides.